Hello friends, welcome back to Amanda's Bookish Adventures, and it is my second vlog for Orilium, and I am right where I was when I ended the last vlog because I'm getting ready to go to bed. So I finished 4 courses last week. I still am debating between demonology and the other career. I'll probably, like I said, I'm trying to finish all these classes, but it will depend on what career I choose for September, because if I have to become a demonologist again, I'm good with that, but I would like to do the other career that I have selected. So we have a couple classes I would like to take this week. I have alchemy. I have a Kindle book that is really short that I think I could read during my work week. We have animal studies, wolves in the title, which is kind of perfect because I have the deluxe version of The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed that I kind of really want to read, and it's been sitting on my shelf. This is the perfect opportunity, and I have a couple books that have wolves, but I own so many books by her, and I keep buying her books, and I have not read any, and this is the one I wanted to read, and when they re-released for this cover, I think it would make perfect sense. So Art of Illusion is one I'm not planning on reading right now. Astronomy, I am not thinking of doing for this vlog, but the one that I'm really thinking of doing is Conjuration, first enticing book you see on social media. Now, this book has been paid ads, and I'm getting it on Tuesday. It's a pre-order, but I read the first book in the series last year for Orilium in April, so I was going to use it for artificially the D6 prompt because it's a second in the series, but I finished The Enchanted Greenhouse. So it works perfect to do it because it's been on all of my social media and I really want to read it. So right when it gets in my hands on Tuesday, I'm going to start it because I have Wednesday off. So if I don't have any plans on Tuesday, because I don't think I have any, but I might have agreed to something. Sure, I'm not for sure on. We will see. If it might be a hike. If it happens, it happens. I can just come home from the hike. The book should be in the house, and I'm going to start reading that. That will be my plans for Tuesday night. We have elemental studies, which is the likely thing I'm thinking of starting. Other than the reread, because like I said, I could do that reading at work. We have, so the prompt for that is a cold word in elemental studies or warm word, just a word of temperature. Curse of Shadows and Ice by Katharina Marin. I'm thinking of starting that, to be honest, because of the fact it is small enough and then I can go straight into Bloodsinger. But I'm probably going to start my alchemy read tomorrow, and that will be like my digital book while I'm at work for like my breaks and my lunches. That spells on me. We have spells and incantations currently on the best-selling list. This is still on the best-selling list. It was on the best-selling list when I checked. So this is what I have slotted for that prompt. Hopefully we get it done this week. I have lore, and for that I need to read a dystopia or a utopia. I have a book over there that says it's dystopia or utopia. I'm not for sure. But there was one that came out that I could read on Kindle Unlimited, so if I finish the alchemy class, I definitely can use that. So I'm debating on those two. And then we have Restoration. Asked for a 5-star and it was like out of a stack of books. I have my stack in my room, so I'm not going to worry about that this week. Shape shifting. Flip a coin. Head under 400 pages. Tails is for a book over 400 pages. So I'm hoping to at least finish 4 classes again this week. But on top of doing Orilium, if you have not watched the first vlog, I'm attempting to do 30 books in 30 days again, and I've read 7 things. So I'm only on day 5 of April, so that I'm pretty much ahead, and I'm hoping to read this, like I said, for elemental studies. Yeah. So let me read the description. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which I think It's perfectly small. I think it'd be really good. The kingdom of Althea has taken almost everything from Arabella. Her mother, her happiness, her sense of self. And all it's giving her is the return, is the shame of being unwanted daughter. The princess no one notices. Then the most powerful man in the realm, known for his ruthlessness, demands Arabella's hand in marriage. Too late, she learns that he and his land are cursed, and now she's to marry a beast. There's everything to fear about Felix or Oasis? Or Isis? I'm going to say Oasis, but I'm definitely going to look that up. His powerful alchemy is mere cure his temper, and the shadows that seem to shift seem to slither through his very blood. When Arabella discovers she's destined to break the 200-year-old curse of ice and perpetual darkness in which his empire has been caught, she knows her life is dependent on playing the role her new husband expects. She pretend to be strong, to pretend she's brave, but she's nothing about her man. But nothing about her magnetic husband is what she expected, and her feelings for him begin to turn from bitterness to burning desire. Yet not even his shadows can obscure the truth that the Shadow Emperor is truly a monster, and so is she. This is something I can highly get addicted to. It is small. I don't know if it's starting a series, but it's perfect for this prompt, and I think it's perfect for Orilium. Fairy tales, lore, and esque. It sounds good, and I will probably start it tomorrow when I get off work and see how far we can get into that. But like I said, I do want to start Bloodsinger, so if I don't finish it tomorrow, then I will finish it Tuesday and start Bloodslinger if I don't go on the hike. So this will probably be finished before the others and Alchemy as well. We will see. This is a big opening. I have to get my stuff ready for work. It's very late and I have to wake up at 3:30. I hate getting up for my work shift, but I do love leaving for my work shift when I get off. I love getting off at that time. It's a struggle. Sometimes I don't get a full night's sleep. That's on me because I should have gone to bed technically about an hour ago, but I didn't. Oh well. But I'm happy and this sounds really good. So, like I said, I'll talk to you tomorrow and hopefully I have some reading updates about the book I start at work for alchemy. And then I'll start this when I get home. For the prompt of shapeshifting, I have a coin here. And if it's heads, it's a book under 400 pages. If it's tails, a book over 400 pages. Let's see what we get. And I got heads, so that works out perfect. So I'm back with a reading update and the last clip of the vlog. So let's talk about it because it's Saturday and I was going to end the vlog on Saturday. So it is April 11th, and other than Friday, I really struggled this week. So let's talk about what I have read. I did not finish the physical book. I had a flare up of carpal tunnel. So everything I read for Orilium for this week has been digital, but I finished 3 classes, which I'm happy because that means I've completed 7 so far, so I'm halfway of finishing the classes. So I ended up doing alchemy for reread. That took me forever to decide. I have so many books I tried to reread from Kindle, wasn't in the mood for. Tried to listen to audiobooks and series that I've read before, wasn't in the mood for any of them. So that was fun. And then here's the kicker, they're all manga and graphic novels for this week. But that is okay because I just had to go where my reading mood went, or I wouldn't have read anything for this week. So I read the graphic novel Mooncakes, reread it. It is about a non binary wolf, Tam, and they are fighting a spirit demon that's in the forest that they brought to a town that they were originally from. You have Nova, who's been their truly only friend since childhood, and Nova is living with her grandmothers in their witch bookie spell shop. And they were friends, and they reconnect and find out what's going on with the town, why did this demon suddenly appear and how to access Tam's wolf magic to defeat it. It is a very good reread, and I love Mooncake, so it was perfect, and I needed it. So 5 stars for that. If you saw the coin flip, because I was desperate to read another something that was small, and I did. So for shape shifting, I flipped a coin. Heads was under 400 pages, like I said. Tails was over 400. I was sweating so badly, very badly, that I was so glad just to get heads. Like, I had to, like, I was shaking once the coin, like, dropped. I was like, please, please give me heads because I have the perfect thing. I don't really want to read it, but I purchased it and it's small enough. So I read Assassin and Cinderella Volume 3 and I gave it 3 stars. I wish it's one, it's cute and it's fun, but it's like one I wish that was just in Kindle Unlimited so I didn't have to purchase it. So it's Nezuko was she's a spy and she has been spying on an assassin from a rival company. It's the buildup of their relationship and their romance, and Omi has secrets. He hates the people she works for. And I will have to say, at least in volume 3, it kind of made the story make more sense. But even at the beginning of like the manga, I would have preferred it to like make sense, like a backlash of how the relationship started and when she first got assigned the case, like her developing. We got small clips, not clips, but more of like the beginning sort of the story. And like when I started reading it, it felt like we were in the yeah, it should have started from that point, but it could have started like other points, in my opinion. 3 stars, so I did enjoy that. Then I was just looking for lore because I knew I wasn't going to read anything physical, and I tried to read a dystopian reread that I love that would have worked for lore. I was not in the mood to listen to it. I tried to listen to several audiobooks that would have worked for this prompt. And then I typed in manga, and my favorite anime from a long time ago, Devil's Line, is a dystopian world about Tasuki is a college student and she's in science and there's a world of vampires and devils. Yes, technically they get called vampires, but they get called devils more. Where if a devil is exposed to human blood, they become obsessed with drinking the entire blood and sometimes can lead to rape and things like that. They have no control of the bloodlust. Well, they're in a dystopian society of they have rights. They're kind of hidden from the public. Like if they get into a relationship with humans, that they are not allowed to have intercourse. They're not allowed to have like different laws are in place, like you can be married but and all that. So it's a dystopian setting in that sense where they don't have control or rights. And I looked it up and I typed it in, it said it was dystopian, and I counted it because I really love it. And I knew I've never read any of the manga. I think I read a couple chapters online, but when it ended, I didn't have the ending. Well, Kindle Unlimited had the first 6 of the manga, and I purchased all of it because and I read all of them. I read volume 1 through 14 yesterday. I read volume 1 when I first got to work before I clocked in, and then throughout the day, any break, my lunch, I would read. And then I read the first 6 volumes really quickly once I got home. I think I read 2 volumes at work, and then I read the rest. And then I just kept reading. I purchased it because I love it. I knew it's something I know I will go back to. And I did not expect. I honestly thought volume 14 would be like end continuation because the anime didn't really have an ending. That would have wrapped up. It was beautiful. Tasuki and Izuki? Tasuki and Anazuki. I'm bad with the names. But that couple, Tasuki and her love interest. Tasuki, the love interest is a cop who is a demon who is demon bloodless, but he's in remission until he gets exposed to Suki's blood. It is their love story, finding rights, going on to finding about his past because he doesn't remember his past. He knew he was an orphan. He learns who his parents is, friendships, a lot of couples, and I will have to say, I didn't just read it for the main love interest. The side couples had very excellent story telling everything. It wrapped up where it was perfect, and I absolutely adored and loved it. And it was perfect. But reading 14 volumes, I did not expect. I stayed up to finish the last volume. I shouldn't have. I barely got a couple of enough hours to go to work. I was cranky today. I'm not gonna lie. But 14 volumes. So let's wrap up some stats. I'm also doing 30 books in 30 days, right? Like the last time I talked to you, I was at 7 books, possibly 8. Um, I I'm at 24 books now because I've binged that entire series of Devil's Line. So maybe for the next week of Orilium, I will just, because I'm so ahead of that, maybe even if it takes me a bit longer to finish the physical books, I'm going to try to focus on the next couple of prompts to be at least physical. So I don't know what I am currently in the middle of the book that I read the description for. I got to 10 pages and this flared up. I am enjoying it. I do think it's not something that's consuming my attention, but it's something I can finish before the end of the month. So I do think I will start another physical book for one of the classes and see how that goes. But that is it for this vlog. Sorry it was short. Sorry there wasn't weekly updates. A slump happened, and then I was gonna film me binging the entire and talking about each volume, but I was loving it too much and I would have overshared details. But it is a brilliant, like, if you're gonna read any manga, I always love Naruto because I love the cast of characters. So this, even though I love Naruto extremely in his story, but cast of characters are well developed in that. The cast in Devil Line and the stories is well developed. I gave them all 5 stars, and there's some of Naruto volumes I gave 4, but for this whole manga, 1 through 14 was 5 stars. I loved it. So I will talk to you guys next week. I hope your Orilium is going good. I hope your reading month is going good so far. And day 11, I did pretty good, even though it was all binged yesterday. But hopefully, if you are doing the 30 and 30, your reading is going as good as well. Bye for now.